few weeks we've been looking at addition, subtraction, division and multiplication. We're going to bring those all together today to help us with our problem solving. So just remember the different methods that you've used for each calculation. Right, the resources that we need today, because we're all at home, problem solving can be anything. It doesn't always have to be with pen and paper. Problem solving when you're cooking, weighing out ingredients. What happens if you double your ingredients? It could be setting the table. Well, 3 people are sitting down. How many knives will I need? How many forks? What if somebody else was to come and I needed an extra knife and fork? So problem solving is everywhere. So we can use lots of things from home. I have got timers here today. You could use your watch, you could use your phone for a timer. I've got a tape measure, if anybody's got tape measures at home, or rulers. I've got cubes that I'm going to be using, but you could be using your pasta, bits of stone. We're also going to be using pens and papers as a measuring. But what's really good is your paper and your pen. So have a time now, look around and think, right, what could I be using? Small objects, what could I use? What timers could I use? And have I got anything to be measuring with? So our first problem today is, what can you do in a minute? Well, I'm actually going to do half a minute today, and I'm going to show you one of the activities. How many times can I write the word dog in 30 seconds? Are we ready? And go. Have you had a go at the activity? I've counted how many times I've wrote dog, and I wrote it 19 times. So this is your activity that we've just done. It can be done in a minute or half a minute. When you've done your activity, let's have a look now how we can talk about it. So how many did we do? Then I want you to have another go at it. Did you do the same? Did you do more? Did you do fewer? Does that mean you're getting faster, or does it mean you're getting slower? I want you to have a think about that. Now that you have to think of what made you do more, what maybe made you do less than the first attempt, let's have a look at some reasoning. What do you think you could do more of in a minute? Could you do more star jumps than twirls? Why do you think that is? Have another go at something else. What makes you think you're getting faster? What's making you get slower? Are you getting more tired? How many times do you think you could do head, shoulders, knees and toes? How many claps? How many stands could you do in a minute? How many could you do in half a minute? Is there a big difference between the times? Have a discussion around all the things that you're doing. Okay, so our next problem is, how long are you? So what we're going to do this time is, well, I'm going to use my lovely assistant, Miss Lomax, and I'm going to find out how long she is. So starting from her toes right up to her head. This time I'm going to measure her with some felt tips. So I'm going to make sure I go right from her toes. But as I start to do my felt tips, I'm going to make sure that they touch toe to toe, head to toe, and I'm going to keep going and going and going until I get up to her head. I want you to find somebody in your home that you could measure. You could use felt tips. I've got cubes that I can use. Remember, we said we could always use pasta, toilet rolls, egg boxes. I've got paper towels that I could measure with. But as long as I make sure that they all touch each other. So go on, have a go. How long are you?
Wait, what?
I want you now to describe what you have been doing and perhaps thinking about what do you notice about using pens and toilet rolls? Is there a difference in the amount of numbers that you've used? How many pens did you use? How many toilet rolls did you use, or paper rolls? You are 3 and a bit rolls, maybe not quite 3 rolls, but yet you are 20 pens. Is there a difference? Describe what you've just been doing. Let's just reason about what we've been doing. So starts to think now, I wonder what will happen if I use the Lego bricks. Will there be more bricks? Will it be less bricks? Why do you think that is? Why do you think there's more Lego bricks than when I use my felt tips? There are some gaps between the dinosaurs. Remember that we did when we said we could use lots of different things. Will that matter if there's a gap? Do you think that's going to be fair? Do you think that will make the length different? Have a go and discuss it with anybody that's been doing this activity with you. Right, this game is one of my favourites. It's called Shut the Box. You can actually buy the game, but why buy it when we can make it ourselves? So I've just used paper and put numbers on it from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I've just got a simple score sheet because I'm going to play this with an adult or another person. I'll put me and I'm going to put Miss Lomax. So I'm going to go first. I'm ready to play Shut the Box. I've got my numbers ready and I've got my 2 dice. And now I've got to turn over as many cards as I can before I score a double. So here goes. 2 and a 1. So now I can turn over a 2 and a 1. Oh, 3 and a 1. I've already turned over the 1. What I could do is go 3, add 1 is 4, and then I can turn over my 4. 4 and a 2. I'm going to add those together. 4 add 2 is 6. 4 add 6. Oh, I've turned over a 4 and 6, so, and now I want to say, well, I'll add those together. Oh, that's a number bond to 10. Turn that one over. 5 and a 1. I've turned over the 1. I've turned over my 6. I can turn over the 5. 1 and a 4. Now, I've turned over the 1. I've turned over the 4. And 1 add 4 is 5. I've turned it over. So that's my go over. So now what I have to do is get all the cards that are remaining and I need to add those up. So I'm going to do it quickly. You may want to check if I'm right. 10, that's a 20. So now I've got 10 and 20 is 30. And then that is 20, so then that makes 50. So my score is 50. Now, I'm going to turn all the cards back over and Miss Lomax is going to do exactly the same as I have done and going to find out if she can score a number less than mine. Whoever's got the smallest number is going to win. Have a go. Everybody, Miss Lomax had her go and she scored 32. Now she has the lowest score, so she's the winner. It can be played with just 1 turn each, or each player could have a number of turns. You can decide that at the beginning of your game. Maybe you can explain your strategy. Did you decide to turn over a 1 and a 4, or did you add them together? Why did you add those together, or why did you keep them separate? What's good about the game? Is there anything good? Is there something that's not so good? Why? Could you think, I would change that rule. I would do it this way, or let's try it this way. You could do lots of reasoning and talking about this game and turn it into a problem-solving activity. Go and have some fun with it. This one is called Strike It Out for Two. So it's a game for two adults. So what the first adult will do is choose two numbers, cross them out. So I'm going to choose a 6 and 4. Then I'm going to choose to add those together. And that makes 10. So then I circle the 10. Now the next adult has to start from my 10. So they will go 10 and I might choose 13. So then they could add those together, and they would get 23. Now, I don't have 23, so that wouldn't be very good. Maybe the best way is to find out what the difference is between those two numbers. 13 take away 10 is 3, and then I can then circle 3. Now it goes back to the first person. They have to start with 3 and I'm going to choose 11. 3 add 11 equals 14. So I'm going to circle 14. Now it goes back to the other adult. They have to start on the 14. 14 and 2. 14 take away 2 they may choose to do, which will give me 12. So I will circle 12. And then again, so it keeps going back and forth until eventually there are no numbers to circle. And the person who can't circle a number is the loser. Okay. Like any game that we want to win, we have to start reasoning and thinking about how are we going to win. How can I get rid of these high numbers? Do I need to work on the high numbers? Should I start with the low numbers when I'm choosing my numbers? Can we cross out all the numbers in one game? Will that ever happen? What numbers would I have to use for that to happen? What's the biggest number I could cross out? Lots of ways of thinking, how are you going to win your game? And that's where your reasoning comes in and your problem solving skills. Okay, I've shown you some different activities today that you can use with your family or your friends. I want you to go and have fun and maybe start using your reasoning skills. How can you win that game? What would happen if I could change it to that? Can you explain what's happening, what you are doing? Problem solving can be fun. Make it fun and enjoy it. It's in everyday life. From what time do we get the bus? If we get this bus, what time will we arrive there? If we get a later bus, does it mean that we'll miss the show? All these are our problem solving techniques. Pizza at the weekend. How many different ways can you share it? Do they all have to be the same size? Will some sizes be bigger? Will be smaller? Just remember that those everyday things that you're doing, can we do them a bit differently? How can we enjoy it? So go away, enjoy your problem solving, and please share them with us back on our YouTube channel. Have fun, everybody.